On stage with me is Manny. I'll do the roles. Manny is the entrepreneur who's doing business with Europe. Sharm is the German who came to Israel many years ago and helps many startups go to Germany. And Thomas is the vice versa of Sharm. He's based in Switzerland and he sees the startups coming to him. So we're covering all angles from entrepreneur to company and back and through. So many quotes, short presentation, like 30 seconds. Who are you? What's your name?
I'm very happy to be here. Manny Barzilai. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Milestone. And what we do at Milestone is that we try to disrupt, we are actually disrupting the world of cybersecurity professional services. I'm also the founder or co-founder of Cytactic, Cyber Crisis Management Platform. It's another startup. We're already selling globally. And the CTO of the Cyber Research Center at the Tel Aviv University.
Sharm, short introduction.
Term, German Chamber of Commerce. We're here for not about 6 years. And yes, I'm a very happy guest of this event. You can see on the picture, time has passed since the first time of this picture. And we bridge Germany and Israel on the business side.
Thomas.
So thank you, Boker Tov. I'm happy to be here. I'm an entrepreneur. I do a lot of things, but like what I used to do, I'm doing shidduchim. So I'm finding the right people and the right businesses and helping both Israeli companies settle in Switzerland, but also if Swiss people are interested doing business in Israel and around the world, then I'm the guy, and Gilly and I, we do also projects together, and we have developed a great friendship.
So, but he's not here because of the friendship. Thomas, funniest thing that ever happened to you, Israeli startup coming to you, and like really...
Funny thing, but it's also stereotypical, the email thing. The startup founder asks me for an intro to a Swiss company. I do the intro, I make a call with them, and so on and so forth. And 2 days later, the Swiss company executive calls me, and he's like, "Is this normal that Israelis write me an email every hour? Because I have not replied." And I was able to stop that as long as it was funny. So,
thank you. Manny, funniest experience you had in Germany, Switzerland, Austria. You do business in all.
So I've been to one of those places where there was this guy who managed an accelerator for startup companies, and I was talking with him about my plans. For the future, like I had long-term plans for the future, right? For the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This is long-term for Israelis, right? Like we don't know if we're gonna be here tomorrow, so nobody knows anything. Long-term thinking is about the next 3 weeks. And then he talked to me about his 15 years plan, and it was about 7 years ago, and he's actually following it. And we don't have this capability to understand 15 years ahead. Israel doesn't have that because of our survival mode. We only think like few weeks, few months, maybe 1-2 years ahead.
So I'm just recapping 2 lessons learned so far. When you write a mail, wait. And the second one is try to go beyond the Israeli, I would say, unstructure and learn the structures of the other side. Sharm, what's on your side? Like, the funniest thing you had.
So I start maybe with the end, number 3, which is don't tell them how to run their business. And it's not so funny. It really happened that when back then Dr. Tzetche from Mercedes came to Israel, and I overheard the startups telling him, listen, detail. First of all, don't call them detail. And I told him, you don't run your business the way you should. I will tell you. Not a good opening sentence.
Now we're very, funny here, but I hope you're understanding these are lessons learned. These are the no-dos for you. Now, back to the email. Like, when would be the good time to understand that you got a no without getting an email? Like,
So basically, if people don't reply to you within a week, it's okay to politely ask them if they got the mail and so on. But if people ghost you for like 2 weeks, then usually it's a polite no. And I mean, the thing that I tell everybody is when you start exchanging with people, do expectation setting, because Switzerland is quite on the outside an informal community or country, also like Israel, but it's much more structured. So talk to people about, or put it in your email, hey, please reply to me by then and then. And if you don't get a feedback on that, then you know that it's probably a no.
Sham, how does it look in Germany?
Oh, totally different, because you said 2 weeks they ghost you. In Germany, they're probably out of office on vacation or paternity leave, or replacing the maternity leave and taking the vacation from last year. So 2 weeks is a very close date. I would say give it a 2 months. And we have in our chamber established a habit of giving regayon, and like it's pills to the Israelis to calm them down, wait. And we do the same on the German side. We really ask them, please answer in time, because they might not exist when you answer in 2 years after you finish your vacation. And it's not supposed to be so funny. It's a real deal breaker, the time and the pace. And the Israelis, they just really, it kills them. They can't handle this waiting period. And we're trying to bridge both sides and to bring them together.
Thank you. Manny, pita or pretzel?
Pizza or pita? What did you say?
No, pita or pretzel?
Pita.
Sham?
Neither nor, it's calories.
Thomas?
Pita.
Sauerkraut or hummus?
Hummus.
Sham?
There, it's sushi. Sauerkraut.
Hummus, of course.
Okay. Bratwurst or falafel? Manny?
Falafel.
Sham?
Sushi.
Guess I'm a vegan.
Okay. Dinner at 6 p.m. or shawarma at 10 o'clock at night?
10 o'clock, vegan.
Sham?
Gili, where are we heading here?
Sushi at 10 o'clock in the evening.
Definitely the second, not 6 o'clock.
Manny?
I stopped eating dinners for the past few months, so yeah.
Okay. Germany or Switzerland for you? Manny?
Sorry, what?
Germany or Switzerland?
Wow, you know, well, Germany, of course.
Germany or what?
Some Germany or Austria?
Germany or what? Gabriel?
And Thomas, Germany or Switzerland?
Switzerland, of course, because it works.
Wow.
Okay.
We had that last year already.
Heidi.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about business processes, business decisions. So, Manny, what's your learning like? You come to a German, Austrian, or just say which country you're referring to. What's the level of preparation you're doing when you go to such a meeting?
Yeah,
After you learn that 3 weeks is not the best horizon.
so, first of all, I want to challenge this concept of not emailing a lot. And I know I'm sitting here on the stage, but I'm really an introvert. I never feel comfortable bothering people. But what you learn as a CEO of a startup, and you learn that in the hard way, is that you have to be somewhat pushy. And it's a matter of numbers. It's true that 80% of the people that will get this email will think of you as rude and pushy and will probably not reply. But at an early stage, you're not looking for those 80%. You're okay with offending to some extent by sending them an email that's 80%, just to get those 20% who will be willing to answer quickly. So it's a matter of numbers. So from the side of this one person, it feels like you shouldn't do that. But from the side of the startup company, you just do that all the time. Some people answer, and as long as you have good conversions rate from the emails that you send to the emails that you get back, this is okay. So Israelis should, I think, keep on being pushy, even though some people feel uncomfortable with that.
So we beg to differ because it's not a mailing campaign. It's really a mail that follow the conversation, follow the meeting, and it's like the to-do mail, I would say. So this is on the mail. But if you want, we have many corporate people we can ask here. Like Stefan, can we Like you got 3 mails within a day from a startup. What will you do?
When is he blacklisted?
So I try to answer. I'm not as quick as many people here, so I'm not answering in minutes. But yeah, normally it doesn't lay around for 2 weeks.
Thank you. Anyway, Sham, what's the preparation level you would recommend when meeting a European company?
I think that it summarizes all we just said. It's also the long term. Think of future, think of a business plan and have it with you. Have the numbers ready, because when you start thinking about the amount of investment, and I witness it, you can't think in front of a potential investor what you want to raise actually. And you should always have a market check, of course. Less important, I think, is sometimes the team, because Israelis go very much into the details of the team history, which for a German is a lot of times not so much of an insight, as they don't know the units or of the army. And in terms of time, I also beg to differ, forgive me. I think that you should not give up. It's not that you write an email and then that's it, okay? But I think that you very quickly you cross the line and then you are blacklisted. And then, but what is a very secret weapon is showing up or calling. The direct confrontation is the secret, and we will happily in our chamber.
So you would recommend entrepreneurs to fly and meet the people in person?
If you can, yes. If not, then do the call.
But if they don't reply to the email, how would you go there?
You can just write another mail and say, I'll be in Berlin next week, and will you have time in this time frame? So then at least you'll get a mail reply.
Oh, okay, that's a very good tip. I will try that today.
Suggestion. Thomas, how does it look in preparation level in Switzerland? What would you recommend?
Find somebody who knows the people. So like relationship building, and then also figure out how like people and companies are interconnected, and then really figure out what kind of question or issue are you going to be able to solve for that person and the company. And usually that gives you a way in. And I mean, Switzerland is about population-wise the same size as Israel. And if you burn a relationship there, it's much harder really to fix it than here. Because, I mean, here I had fights with people, and then 2 weeks later or 2 days later I meet for coffee, then we fight, and then we make up. But in Switzerland, people don't like conflicts, so they avoid it. And that's also the thing with the email, because telling you no or telling you it's not good enough, it's always reverts to the question who made a mistake, even though it's not a mistake, but it's really the mindset of people, and that's why it's really different to navigate.
And I'd like to emphasize here on what Thomas is saying, or at least take it a little further. I know that all of us, when you travel, and first meeting, you have like a bunch of pre-printed contracts, because the first meeting will definitely end with a contract, right? So no, Europe is about long-term, is about building relationships, and I mean a year, half a year, 2 years. So if you're not willing to do that, stay with the US, okay? I mean, again, I don't recommend the US, but if you really want, so take your time and understand that it's more than, hi, here's the contract, okay? So I think we'll open up to Q&A a little. So anyone has a question?
And if you decide not to go to the US and come back to Germany, where all the industry is and the money, we are here. And then I just want to add that also one more thing, one lesson we would like to have you take home is know your client. KYC means let them speak first. Don't pitch first. Ask them who they are. Listen to the answer actually, and then pitch. Thanks.
Thank you, Jean. The listen part is really important. Anyone? Question? We can continue, please.
After you start talking about
Oh, who wants to take that?
I'll take. You want me to? So, look, the whole world. It's about perspective. The whole world is in a tough spot. It's correct that Israel appears in the media all the time, but show me a place in the world. You know, when I go to the U.S. once every 10 years, I'm scared to get shot in the streets because the amount of violent deaths from people shooting at you is hundreds of people per year. And the Americans only do the statistics for casualties where there's more than one people who died. So, and if you go to Berlin to a Christmas market, you have a good chance to get run over by a car. And I could go on and go on. So what I do when I travel, I talk to people in Europe, I simply explain the facts, what is going on. Sometimes I send pictures. Nico, I sent you a picture of a street and a cafe. So just that they know the facts and how the regular, look, we're here. In the media, there's the
But
war started
statistics
today.
doesn't always work. It's psychology.
Okay, I'm not a psychologist. I can just explain. So my advice to you, 5 to 10 minutes of every meeting. First time, people you don't know, simply share what's going on, what the daily life is like.
And I mean, the other thing is also that's, at least for me, that's also why I'm here and why so many people of like great organizations are here, of cities, of cantons, of states, and also of accelerators. Talk to us, even after the conference. I mean, I'm happy to help you navigate the whole thing because it's, if you find a person who lives in the country and in the culture, we can help you. And I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but I assume that everybody who traveled here to this conference is very supportive of Israel and of everybody in this room. So we're gonna help you out, and it's really always about relationship building between people, and don't generalize. Like, cities are also very different. I mean, you might hear a lot about Zurich or Berlin, but like a different city in these countries, the groove is totally different. And
We have seen an outstanding support from the German side. I don't know of the Swiss, but we have seen. It's so serious. We are so grateful. I'm talking on behalf of the chamber. That there were so many people calling, reaching out, and the fact that all of you are here is so highly appreciated, and also beyond the political level. It's not lo muvan me'elav.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
Go.
Yes. Same question about the speed and how long does it take to... Oh. Thank you. Again, double click on that speed and pace, and maybe to direct the question to all the panel, but specifically many to you as an entrepreneur, because we're also a team of free tech entrepreneurs. We're getting used to get the right decision makers on a call within a few weeks.
Yeah.
Now we're targeting the European market, and to add on that, a very traditional market. How can a startup manage that speed of getting answers, not to sell anything, just to get the right decision maker on a call and get questions to our main assumptions when it takes months? Yeah. And is it really the question?
I have to stop you. We have 20 seconds. Many 15 seconds to reply.
Yeah, I will just say that there is something very that doesn't sit well here. On one hand, we're saying that it takes years to build relationship in Europe. On the other hand, you have to understand the CEOs of young startups prioritize the next 6 months. Because after that, it's not going to be them that are going to do the sales. So they don't care about ruining relationships as long as they get answers right now. This is why being pushy, even though it's not the way to build relationship, is the way that startups, they don't have any other way, because in 8 months, 12 months, they might not exist.
Many we have to stop, sorry,
Yeah.
but talk. And you're doing the right thing. You're here and you're meeting the people.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much to our panel.